Well, this is Marshall with yowusa.com, and Amber, welcome back.
Hi, Marshall. Thanks for having me.
Oh, hey, listen, I love the work that you're doing, and I think this show is going to be important. You've got some really stellar observation videos we're going to be showing, but there are a lot of people who are writing us, and they're just saying, gosh, I'm having so much trouble. I can't image it. I'm trying. They're just finding all kinds of problems. What I'd like to do, Amber, is show you one that we got from Philip Sinclair, and then let's talk through that, and then let's address this issue of why people are having a hard time observing the object like you are. Okie doke?
Okay.
All right. This is an observation submitted to us by Philip Sinclair, and this was taken on April the 9th, 2018 at 4:15 p.m. And what I can see here is there's a tremendous amount of thick haze, a lot of ice crystals up in the atmosphere. He's definitely catching something that is an object of interest that's just to the left of high noon. It's the dot inside the outer ring. There's just a lot of atmospheric haze here. What's your take on it?
It is kind of hard to see, but you can definitely see something there.
And it matches with what you're observing.
Yes.
In terms of the viewing sky, is this what you see a lot, this gray sky, no more blue sky?
Exactly. However, a lot of times earlier in the day, we will have blue skies, but the further we get into the afternoon, that's when the chemtrails will start and the sun will become obscured.
Well, Amber, yeah, I'm seeing the same horrible gray, murky skies where Philip's at in Somerset, Massachusetts, and where you're at. The thing here is we're both getting an awful lot of letters from folks that are saying, I tried to observe it, I couldn't do it. But the one thing I notice about most of these is they just try once or they try twice and throw up their hands and walk off. What do you think about that?
Well, from my own experience, it's going to take multiple times. And the more you do it, like, for example, last summer, I knew I was seeing something, but I just didn't quite make it out. And eventually, later on in the summer, I was able to see the second object very clearly for quite a few months. I became, because I was going out so often during the day to check to see if I could see anything, I became very familiar with what times of the day I could see that object and what times of the day I couldn't.
That's interesting. Now, we were discussing this earlier about the chemtrails, and you notice that there's a certain time of day that they tend to favor. Share that with our viewers.
Recently, I've been paying quite a lot of attention to the chemtrails, and I've noticed that earlier in the day, I can see pretty blue skies, natural cloud formations, but then as I get further into the day, by around 4 o'clock, maybe 3:30, they will start spraying, and by 6 o'clock or later in the afternoon when the sun is beginning to set, you cannot see a clear blue sky, and the object of interest and the sun is obscured.
It is. What I want to do now is I want to show a video that you shot on March 21st of this year that really does clearly show the chemtrail activity in the area. So let me spool that up. Amber, here's this video from March. Talk to the viewers about what they're seeing.
This is just me standing in my yard, and I was trying to do, I believe in this video, I did a 360 of the sky,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see this crosshatch pattern all over the sky.
Yes. This is really intense too. It's actually, we have the same patterns here in our area, but not to this extent. They're hitting you with a passion. Look
They
at
are.
that. Oh my word.
What you're seeing right there, that is what I regularly see in the evenings.
Oh my gosh.
By sunset, that's what odds are, that's what our sky is going to look like in the west.
Well, Amber, yeah, your skies are as clear as mud on most days. It's hard for folks to understand this, especially the ones that have grown up with chemtrails in their lives. So what I want to do is let's help the viewers to understand what's really happening and why they're having a hard time making observations. And let's take a look at some commonly known phenomena, which would be rainbows and naturally occurring sundogs. So let me show that, and that'll set up some important points for looking at your other videos. The first thing we know about rainbows is that they appear directly opposite the sun. So if you have a rainbow in front of you, the sun is behind you. And rainbows take the form of a multicolored circular arc, and they can be quite stunning. Here you can see a double arc. The important thing about rainbows is that they're caused by reflection, refraction, and dispersion of light in water droplets. So this is about water in the atmosphere. With this, let's move straight into what would be a naturally occurring cloud formation, because this is important to our understanding of sundogs. A natural cirrus clouds are comprised of ice crystals, and they appear as long, thin, wispy white streamers. And natural cirrus clouds cool the Earth by reflecting solar radiation back to space. I want you to keep in mind of that, because look how beautiful the sky is in these photographs. These are obviously very old photographs. Now let's take a look at naturally occurring sundogs, because sundogs occur with the appearance of cirrus clouds. A natural sundog is seen as a halo with concentrated patches of sunlight. The halo patches will appear about 22 degrees to either side of the sun. They're found in cirrus and cirrostratus clouds when the sun is near sunrise or sunset. And they're caused by the refraction of sunlight by ice crystals in the atmosphere. These ice crystals are formed by the freezing of supercooled water droplets, which is why we commonly see sundogs on very cold days with temperatures from 0 degrees Celsius to about minus 36 degrees Celsius. In fact, the picture you're seeing here is a sundog that was captured at the South Pole. So, Amber, there we have the basics, and we've looked at rainbows and cirrus clouds and sundogs, and at skies that are actually beautiful and blue, the kind that I remember as a child, not the ones I'm seeing these days. With that in mind, you submitted 2 videos that I really feel demonstrate a good comparison with viewing sky conditions as they relate to chemtrail spraying in your activity. One from the 1st of April of this year and one from the 8th. So I'm going to spool those up and let's talk through them.
Okay.
Well, Amber, this is the one from April the 1st, and it's not in your usual area.
No, on this particular day, I was at the airport in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to notice the the chemtrails above the airport and thought that I would shoot a quick video.
Wow. And so what would normally be a beautiful sky is crisscrossed with these hatch patterns that we see all the time. With that, I'm going to jump ahead and let's take a look at the video that you shot on the 8th, because that is stunning. Here we go. This is on the 8th. Man, this is as clear as mud when it comes to viewing skies. Talk to us.
This is from my front yard. I thought that I would try to see if I could actually see anything. I didn't think that I could, but the chemtrails were pretty amazing that particular day, so I shot a video.
And here I did a side-by-side comparison, and wow, look at that. Once we take the gamma down, that is just absolutely stunning, and you can barely make out the object around the 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
When you look at that side-by-side comparison, then you understand why our skies are as clear as mud, especially for folks who have grown up with chemtrailing and really do not know the difference. This brings us to one of the observation videos you did, and where you got the object of interest. This was on April the 6th. I really felt that this has some interesting dynamics to it because it was really very clear. So let's take a look at that, and then I want to show you something that I think the viewers will find most interesting.
Okay.
So here's this observation from April 6th. Talk us through it.
This is just me standing in my front yard, zooming in, trying to catch that second object.
And it does come through, even though there's a tremendous amount of haze, but it's still getting through the cloud cover and the haze, and it looks pretty good. It's very stable. How often a month are you going to get something as clear as this?
Maybe 3 times.
Wow.
Not very often.
That's right.
If you will remember, last summer I was sending you videos left and right.
That's right. That's right. Those days are gone.
Yeah, exactly.
As I was looking at this video that we just showed the viewers, I was really curious as to how things have progressed over time. So I went back to some of your earliest work back of October of last year. And I have one of the videos that you shot on the 20th that we did air. I want to go ahead and show that again, and then I'm going to show a comparison in the difference between last year and this year. Okay?
Okay.
And Amber, here we are, October 20th. Talk to my viewers.
This is once again from my front yard, just trying to do an observation. You can see that it's very murky in the sky.
It really is. The object looks to be like about at the 11:30 position. Safe to say. And it's still able to punch through the sky. Also looking at the difference. This is especially when you turn it over on its side, stays consistent. Like I had people said, aha, it stayed consistent when she turned it on her side. So it's got to be a flare.
Yeah.
Crazy. But let me show you an interesting comparison. This comparison is between 20th of October 2017 and the 4th of April 2018. What are you seeing here, Amber?
I'm seeing a second object that has moved further to the left, maybe 10 o'clock, 10:30. The gap between the object and the sun has shortened.
Yep. So it is moved down and to the left. And if it was some kind of bizarre form of lens flare, it wouldn't be moving around in the sky. But a natural object, this is what it will do.
Yes.
Now, Amber, on that same day, the 6th of April of this year, you made a second observation video, and Of all the videos that you've done, to me, this one was stunning in how unique it is, which actually is the movement that you're doing in the second half of the video. But I'm going to spool it up, and I want you to talk the viewers through it, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of analysis on it. Okay. So here we go. And Amber, here is your second video that same day, and tell my viewers what we're seeing.
I was standing in my driveway, and of course I was trying to zoom in on the second object, but I was also trying to obscure the object with the branches of the tree. Mm-hmm. So you'll see here shortly, right there I'm actually moving the camera from side to side so that you can see that the second object does stay stationary. Right. But you're going to see here in a few seconds I'm moving in different directions to try to obscure the object with the branches. And it is quite stunning, the way things are holding still for the second object, even as you're moving back and forth through the branches. When you finished shooting this and you looked at it, what did you think? Yeah, it was just more confirmation to me that the second object is a valid object. It is not a flare or anything of that sort. Well, I agree with you there. And in furtherance of that, I took a small clip and zoomed it. So let's take a look at that. Here we are. I've really gone in tight, and you can see the interplay between the branches and the object of interest in the sun. I'm seeing similar type of light characteristics. However, there is one clear difference between the two, and you can see it as the limbs are passing in front of it, that the object of interest is clearly nowhere near as bright as the sun. Exactly. Well, Amber, after looking at that close-up I extracted from your video, what do you think? Like I said before, it's just more confirmation. It's that is a valid object behind the sun. There you go. Well, what I'd love for you to do in closing on this video is, again, explain to the folks out there, my viewers, what they need to do if they want to start capturing these images and observation videos. It takes diligence. You can't necessarily go out and just shoot it. You need to become familiar with your skies. You need to become familiar with what time of the day that you can actually view the object. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, I know that there's a certain time in the morning when the sky is, when I do have a viewable sky, when there is no haze, odds are there's a certain time in the morning where I can capture the object. Mm-hmm. Then around, I believe it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2-ish, mm-hmm. I can capture the object if the skies are cooperating. And then, of course, by 5 o'clock, definitely by 6 o'clock, if the skies are cooperating, I can view the object. But it just takes perseverance and dedication. Yeah, that's it. Quitters never win. Winners never quit. And you just have to keep plugging at it. So have you got any special ideas for what you want to do next? I would like to do some observations from other places. Mm-hmm. I'd like to try to mix a little bit. But other than that, I'm not sure. Just take it as it comes on an available basis. Yes. All right, Amber. Well, once again, you hit it out of the ballpark. Thank you. I look forward to our next time. Thanks you so much. Thank you.